it's Erin with 2 R's, and you're riding to work with me. And we're gonna do a little car chat, a little bit differently. Well, not differently. I just want to talk about something different. I've been talking about kind of heavy topics in my car chats lately because they've really been heavy on my mind. Like, I just be like, analyze everything that you've ever done in your life and talk about it. You know, like, I've been doing that a lot. So I wanted to give it a break and actually talk about some TV shows that I used to watch when I was younger that I feel like they withstood the test of time, even if they didn't remain popular or they didn't stay on the air, you know, as long as we would have liked. So I think, you know, when I was younger, I used to watch a whole bunch of different shows, and that would like shape your ideas of things. And unfortunately, you know, with everything happening with Bill Cosby, I want to mention the Cosby Show, because honestly, it was the show that we needed when it was out, in the 80s. When I grew up, I mean, literally for me, it was like not watching my family on TV, but the mom was successful. You know, Claire was a successful person. The Cliff was successful, you know, and they had like the house in the suburbs in a nice area. You know, they had money where they can do things for their kids, and it was really challenges that that my parents literally had with me. And you know, unfortunately, that has been tarnished by, you know, the actions of Bill Cosby himself. And I don't want to go too much into that, but that show was absolutely what was necessary at the time, and it also paved the way for other shows to have, you know, families like mine on TV without some sort of weird ass gimmick. Like with some of the shows now, it's like the dad is a complete moron, or the mom is just kind of a floozy or something. You like that. I would put the Cosby Show up on the top with like Good Times, where at the time that was an urban family, typical urban family, things like that. I mean, they went off the rails a little bit. The Jeffersons was a little off the rails, but still, you know what I'm talking about. So I would say that was one of the shows that it would have withstood the test of time had it not been for the actions of Bill Cosby. You know, with the Huxtables, that family was just, to this day, people call my mom Claire Huxtable, or they like compare her to Claire Huxtable. She really is. Like, I would not have gone to, actually, I probably did have a situation where it was like, you would have had big fun, and I got in trouble, and I had almost an identical speech. It wasn't exactly like that. Like, I didn't leave the city because, I mean, damn it, this is Houston. It's already big enough. It's just I was on the other side of town, and I was not supposed to be on that side. I was supposed to be on the side that I told I was going to be on, you know, where I was supposed to be. So I definitely can identify with the Huxtables in that show. Another show that now I feel like is super relevant, at least super relevant to me, would be Living Single. And not because I'm single, but because it was, you know, it's a group of friends that, you know, they're sharing a place to live. They have their own careers, you know, various points in their careers. Like Khadijah, you know, played by Queen Latifah, she was an editor of a magazine. Do you know how long I had wanted to be an editor for any kind of publication? For the longest time, that's what I thought I was going to do. Actually don't like editing. I don't. So I had to like stop, but I enjoy journalism, you know, reading it. I enjoy you know, even if it's frivolous journalism, like what's happening in magazines, some, you know, the type of magazines I've like changed over the years, but I always thought it would be cool to be a magazine editor, and I thought that was the direction that I was going to go at one point after I had, you know, decided not to do engineering. And but yeah, that's not what happened. But yeah, Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, like that's a black woman with natural hair at the time. Not even a black woman with a dark-skinned black woman who is intelligent. And yeah, she has some of her silly moments and stuff like that, but really knew how to handle business and was successful. And then you had like Regine, and you had what is her name? Oh gosh, I can't even remember her name right now. It's just like woo 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 woo. I still do that. Like And I don't know if people know where that's from, but I just thought those two shows really, it just at different points when I was younger, I didn't realize how close those influenced my life. Like, I just like, nah, my life is not like that. Or seeing that on TV and having friends that like, they got in trouble and, you know, they got in trouble one way and I got in trouble the way that it happened on the Huxtables, you know, that was just, even though that was not a great idea, it really influenced. And even now when I think back on that, I'm just like, wow, we had a really good family dynamic and people got to see that in that show. And then now I hope that there's a show out there for young girls like Living Single, where you can be a single woman and date and have problems with dating and all the things like that without being, you know, without having to feel shame that you're not married by a certain age, or things are not, you know, your personal life are not the same, or having roommates into your 30s, you know, like that's not a problem. And actually was becoming more common, where you just had a roommate. You didn't have to stay by yourself. If you could work it out, you could do it. I just really like those two shows. So I'm actually going to go back and try to watch, well, I'm going to at least watch Living Single. I don't know if I would ever be able to see The Cosby Show ever again because of stuff. But anyway, what are some shows that you feel like stood the test of time? Like, I think shows that, for example, Moesha, for me, did not. I loved that show growing up, and my parents could not stand Moesha. It wasn't Brandy. It wasn't what, Sheryl Lee Ralph. It wasn't her. It was just, they just didn't like her attitude. They thought that, you know, they didn't like Q, her boyfriend, you know, things like that. And when I got older, I was just like, okay, I understand why my parents didn't like me watching that show, because one, they didn't want me to come home with a boyfriend like Q, because at the time I was like, oh my god, he is so hot, oh my god, oh my god, and they're thinking, oh my god, oh god, no, you know. So what shows do you think you know, stood the test of time? Yeah, those are my two. And if you like car chatting with me, definitely press the subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you know when I post, and then also like this video and then comment, please. Okay, until next time, have a great day. Bye.